Well, a good Wednesday evening to you. I am First Alert meteorologist David Ernst here with a weather update. If you're watching us on Facebook, this is live on the WBAY TV2 page, but you can head over to my page, David Ernst, WBAY meteorologist, and like my page there, and occasionally you'll get posts and updates that you don't necessarily see on the air. Ask questions and we can interact there. If you don't have our free WBAY First Alert weather app, I would recommend you download it. You may not get any push alerts for severe weather this go around, but there could be a few stronger storms in the mix. The QR code for that is right below me there. So if you're watching this on a desktop, laptop, you can take out a smartphone, point that camera at the QR code there, and download the app for free. You'll get interactive radar in there. Push alerts for severe weather, lightning alerts. We will push custom video updates from the First Alert weather team to the app 5-6 times a day. And there can be hourly forecasts anywhere you go in the country. So it's a very handy tool to have, to say the least. And on a day like tomorrow, if you got anything outdoors going on, that interactive radar is certainly going to come in handy, as we will be looking at our next weather maker essentially coming into the area tonight. We have some rain showers on First Alert WiperMax already, and it's to the south, but we'll see that rain become steadier and more widespread as we go into your Thursday. So let's get into your forecast. We'll start you out here with a look at the current conditions, First Alert WiperMax. And you can see a few light returns down there south of the Dells. What you're seeing over the Bay of Green Bay, that is just ground clutter, or more likely bugs than anything else. Humidity has gone up a little bit today. Dew points were in the low to mid 60s, and we're still kind of hovering in that territory. So perhaps it does feel slightly humid out right now, but temperature-wise, not too bad. It's a comfortable evening. We have readings that are dropping down into the 60s, some low to mid 70s, and the numbers you're seeing around the Fox Valley, those are going to be pretty close to our daytime highs tomorrow. So it is going to turn cooler as this weather maker comes into the area. So let's go ahead and show you the forecast then with First Alert Pinpoint Predictor going on through the night. You can see those light returns staying to the south at least through midnight, and then maybe we do get into some light rainfall around places like Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. During the pre-dawn hours, the steadier rain starts to approach, and as we're heading through the 8 to 9, 10 a.m. time frame, we will see those showers tracking on into the area, heavy at times and in spots, but not necessarily a driving heavy rain all day long. There will be some breaks in the rain from time to time. Winds outside of any rain are going to be breezy. They'll be out of the southeast, and we should see sustained speeds up around 15, 20 miles per hour, and we could catch some stronger gusts in there. Here we are around the time of our evening commute. Again, there could still be some heavy rain in pockets. We'll keep your severe weather outlook in the low category. Maybe there are a handful of stronger storms that push in from the south at some point during the afternoon, early part of the evening. But in general, it's going to be a soaking rain with a few embedded thunderstorms, and we'll just continue with some spotty activity then as we go on into the night. We'll pick it back up. I just have to switch graphics here, and we'll head on through the overnight time frame into Friday morning. There will be some spotty, heavy rain around overnight, but you'll notice that rain is much more isolated Thursday night into Friday morning, and that's likely how we go through the first half of the day on Friday, is with more in the way of an isolated shower or a storm. But as we work our way into the afternoon, we're going to see the rain become steadier and more widespread. So by 3 o'clock here, we do have, again, more rain in the area, not necessarily raining everywhere the entire time, but we are going to see an uptick in rain coverage as we get into Friday afternoon and Friday evening. And for that Friday evening commute, predictor, again, continuing to indicate some of the heaviest rainfall coming into the area right around that time. So the drive home from work on Friday might be problematic for some with the potential for heavy rainfall, some ponding of water on the road surface, things like that. But I wouldn't expect widespread issues. A lot of us, save for the heavy rain that we had right at the beginning of the month, have not seen too much. In fact, see if I have the drought monitor in this particular show. We actually do have some areas starting to get back into that drought. Just abnormally dry, not as significant as we were dealing with, say, a year ago at this time. But as we get on into the time frame here now, it says issued August 14th. That's just today's date. We actually will get an update on this tomorrow is when the new one will come out. So we'll see if there was any improvement with last week's rainfall. But again, just to kind of recap there, we are seeing the return of some of those abnormally dry conditions across the area. So, in some cases, the rainfall is much needed. Perhaps we don't need to pick up 1 or 2 inches of it, but we are going to see that rain coming in nonetheless. The first wave of it is trying to get into southern Wisconsin and having a tough go of it. Those showers kind of fizzling out as they ease their way into eastern parts of Wisconsin. But we are going to see the clouds increase out ahead of that, and you'll notice several areas of disturbed weather coming in. So let me get my pointer out here. Brian, if you're watching, hope you enjoy. We do have severe weather ongoing across parts of Nebraska and Kansas. This is headed into Missouri, and Illinois. That is going to be where the higher risk for severe weather is tomorrow, is going to be with this side of the disturbance. Now, we are going to see the activity coming out of the Dakotas. That is heading in our direction. Now, those storms would likely weaken by the time they get here, but we will be dealing with some of that heavy rainfall, and there could be some gusty winds, 35, 45 miles per hour. So you'll definitely want to pay attention to the weather as that system is coming on into the area. Here is the latest outlook from the Storm Prediction Center for tomorrow. And again, just like I said, the highest risk for severe weather is going to be where that complex of storms is coming out of Nebraska and Kansas. So again, pushing into Missouri and Illinois. There is far southern Wisconsin included in that slight risk for severe weather. In the Fox Cities areas south and west, we are in the marginal risk for severe weather. That's a level 1 out of 5. So yes, there could be some strong storms, maybe an isolated severe warning, but the higher risk and the more widespread threat for strong thunderstorms and severe weather will be passing to our south. Rainfall totals likely to end up in the 1 to 2 inch range when all is said and done. There will be some additional showers coming in over the course of Friday, as you saw, and then even into Saturday. I'll show you this run of a predictor, if it'll load up here for me. This is the European weather model. So I'll just kind of zip through the time frame here. Again, you see, Friday morning kind of starting out dry, and then we'll see another wave of steadier rainfall push on through the area. It may again kind of fizzle for a time overnight into Saturday morning before we see some additional showers redevelop. Now, this is a coarser resolution model, so it tends to make the precipitation look a little bit more widespread in the long term than what will actually transpire. I would expect by Saturday afternoon the showers you're seeing there to be more hit and miss in nature as opposed to widespread and everywhere. Now, as we get into Saturday night and Sunday, everything should push east of the area, and I am keeping a dry forecast Sunday, Monday, even though you do see a little bit of activity developing there at times. For now, at least, I am going to keep the forecast dry for us. All right, well, let's see, 9:15. We've got Action 2 News coming up here in about 45 minutes. I'll leave you with the 7-day forecast in just a second, but a quick look here at the precipitation outlook for the next 5 days. This is from the WPC, the Weather Prediction Center, and you'll notice that you see a lot of the blue contour across Wisconsin, so right around an inch of rainfall over the next 5 days, and the first 3 are going to be the wet ones. Once we get to Sunday and Monday, we should be starting to dry back out. But there could be some locally higher totals with the rainfall perhaps pushing up towards 2 or 3 inches in isolated spots, especially if we see any stronger thunderstorms. But widespread rainfall amounts generally between 1 and 2 inches for the 3-day time frame of Thursday through Saturday. You'll see here on the extended forecast that we will be looking at temperatures cooler on Thursday, low to mid 70s there, and then upper 70s on Friday and Saturday. After that, it's upper 70s and low 80s. So we will be getting back into average or perhaps even slightly above average temperatures for a little time there. We should be dry for Sunday and beyond. A mix of sun and clouds there on Sunday, mostly Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Temperatures will be near normal. Humidity will be dropping back down. It's going to be sticky tomorrow, muggier on Friday, and then you'll note those nighttime temperatures start slipping back into the 50s. That's an indicator of the drying out of the air, if you will, the humidity dropping. When the air is very muggy, we have those dew points up in the 60s to around 70, and the air temperature won't drop below that. So anytime you see those nighttime temperatures staying in the upper half of the 60s, you know it's rather sticky and humid out. When you see those nighttime temperatures back down in the 50s, the air will be much more comfortable. I'll go ahead and leave you with that. We've got Action 2 News again coming up your way here in about 45 minutes. So I'll have the latest information, but it'll just be a recap of what you just heard here. We will be checking in with Chief Meteorologist Steve Bailon tomorrow morning. Perhaps the severe weather end of the system trends a little farther north, and we have to make it a first alert weather day, but he'll have the latest update on that. And of course, I'll be tracking that heavy rain as it is arriving across the area. Hope you have a great night and a safe Thursday.